Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep, and no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
What's that? 19? Yeah, right there. 54 Mike. Watch the screen. Pass.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, his third touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Wow, first play in the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive-type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, he spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
This is fielded at the goal line. Gets around him. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 22.
51.
Here's Ryan to throw. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Ryan. And that will be incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Stop your body.
Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. Completing it to the right side. Johnson. Call it a gain of 5. And they're going to have a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 5.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. 54. Watch out. Check, Mike. 54. 3rd
and 2. Watson. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On first down, Watson. Looking for his tight end, fouls, and it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. Gets through, and now an opening. Past the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
Bryant's extra point up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Fresh off the pick six, it's Watson. And the catch made by Johnson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38.
54. First six. Jim. Check. Crunch. Check it back.
On the jet sweep, here comes Fuller. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Here's Watson. Buying time to his left. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
What is that? 19. 26. Check. 45 to Mike. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. 55. 59. 6 go.
Third and long. It's Watson. Flush to his right. And an alley to run. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
How many times do we hear that 3rd down may be the most important down in football, and there's no better example than what we just saw right there. Forced to scramble, knows where the first down marker is, dives for it, and gets it. What a big-time play, putting his body on the line to pick up a key first down.
From the 50, it's Watson. forced out to his left. And avoids the contact by sliding. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Recon, 132 fighter. Slam, slam, slam.
Now a first-time Pro Bowler from a year ago, Lamar Miller. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to bring up a third down. These two teams all tied after 1. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football. They've got a third down and 5 to start things out.
You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me.
A shotgun snap for Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 25-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Watson on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson. Throw left side complete. That's Fuller. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Miller. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Lamar Miller, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans have taken the lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
They'll wind up losing 7 yards on the play, and it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Ready, 25, 54, south.
A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. Markevious Mingo in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Looking deep into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Well, they were obviously backed up, had a little bit of space from the goal line, snapping it from the 3, but still trying to throw it, and...
Yeah, exactly. This is where hindsight is 20/20 comes into play, right? Seems like a good idea to throw the ball there. Maybe you'll surprise them and catch them off guard. Instead, you've created a turnover and put your defense in a bad spot.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
They don't want it. Keep playing hard, fellas, all day. Woo! Let's get it. Who's that? Let's get it. Right there. Let's get it, foul.
To throw on second is Watson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick 6? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. No, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter. 14-7. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he is not going to get to the marker as they stop him short at the 14. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 4th down. The kick by Bryant is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s. Back-to-back, what a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And got his man complete. The 20, 10, touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, 81 yards. And the Texans are able to show off their quick strike ability. I know this defense knew it coming into the game, Charles, and they know it even more now. DeAndre Hopkins is a tough cover.
And anytime you see him out there and there's less than double or triple teaming him, take a shot with him. Just what you're talking about. If he's such a tough cover, one guy's not going to get it done. Throw the ball out there. Let him go get it.
Let's go. Let's go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you try and score when given the opportunity.
So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. On the heels of that good carry by Devontae Freeman, here's 1st and 10. Here's Ryan. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Hey, dude. Got it. My 37. It's a party now.
Now Ryan. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
I smell fear in that offense. I smell 51. Watch out. Switch it.
Now it's Ryan. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Let's go.
They toss to Freeman. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd and inches, Ryan, they'll set up the screen to Smith. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool him, right? Tried to trick him, ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Angelo Blackson drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Check. Down the block.
They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. Complete. It's Johnson. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. They'll give him 8 on the play, and just like that, it's third down.
Tighten down. There you go.
Out of the gun, Watson. And he'll go out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
Now that's absolutely frustrating for a defender. Had a chance to get him on the ground before he got to the sideline, but what great vision and understanding where he is on the field as he headed for the marker and picked up the first down.
Now it's Miller, and not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now the pass hauled in by Kenny Stills, and he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Out of the pistol, here's Johnson. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On first down, it's Watson. And this one grabbed by Darren Fells. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Back now in Houston, it's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the 4th. Watson in the offense going to come up 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. They go back to the ground now with Miller. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because it nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Alert! To the court! Mike spot 4. Mike spot 4.
Watson now to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And he will have a touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth-quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
Let's go.
26-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
Watch 39. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. Space to maneuver at the 40. Touchdown, Falcons! Devontae Freeman. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons cut into that lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
The Texans take over.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
Check 45 to Mike. Let him go.
Again, it's Johnson. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big 30-yard play on 3rd.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Reset. 19. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Hey, defense, let's go. 59. Go. Check. Out. Let's go. Line 54. Line, go.
From the gun, here's Watson. Dancing to his left. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down and a 21-yard gain.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. A first down carry now for Miller. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
54, Mike, 54.
And Watson's going to throw it here. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 11 yards there, first down.
Let's go.
And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence.
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And the Falcons grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, let's see now, Charles. That's 7 turnovers between last week and this week. 3 here in this game, 4 in last week's game.
You know I do my research, right? And I go all the way back to the best coaches that have ever been in this game. And all of them started with ball security in some form or another, understanding that taking care of the ball was the key to winning games. They can't believe what they're seeing right now because they spend all this time on it with the fundamentals, taking care of it, tucking it away, and they're not doing it.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Now Ryan on first down. Flushed out right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Mark 55. Mark 55. Face. Check safety.
Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man. Complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Check. Lucky.
On 2nd and 15 now. Ryan, now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
Exit.
On 2nd down, here's Ryan. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Trying to get that in the hands of Devontae Freeman that time. And it's 3rd down. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
Check.
3rd and long. It's Ryan. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe you can expect more passes like that downfield. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They run. Devontae Freeman. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Texans take over an excellent field position.
40 seconds. 19. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. So Houston going to come away here with the victory, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Texans, it took a while, but they finally get that first win after 4 straight losses. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got... It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we pack up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Dying from laughter. When they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today and they my last one.
Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm lit it. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Made it, kill it, and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
I'm moving too fast, I can't stop. Wiping it down when the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top when the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throwed and blinded my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mad dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even.
Oh, I had to get back up.
Back up.
I had to get back up.
I can't take no loss. You better call back up.